Hello, Cancers, and welcome to this, your early to mid-July reading and predictions. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my channel. And for those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. This is a general reading intended for anybody born under the sign of Cancer, as well as anyone who has a significant amount of Cancer anywhere in their charts. So I am coming to you from beautiful Athabasca, Alberta, Canada. And my intention was, now that we've passed the summer solstice, to record my videos outside. Unfortunately, there are thunderstorms brewing in and around us, and I didn't want to get rained on halfway through your reading, so I had to move it indoors. It's not surprising at this time that we do have some thunderstorms brewing in the area, given that we do have a pretty big full moon coming up on July the 3rd. It is the full supermoon thunderstorm moon. Go figure, right? So not only do we have the full thunderstorm moon, but also known as the full buck moon on July the 3rd, but it is going to be a super moon. So heads up to any of my Cancerian friends who are sensitive to full moon energies. That's coming up July the 3rd. Just a heads up. Okay. Cancer, let's dive into your reading. We're going to pull cards for 6 areas of your life. I'm going to pull all of the cards out now. I'm going to leave them sitting on my table face down until I'm actually ready to read that area of your life. Let's get started. All right. For Cancer, the first area that we're going to read for or pull cards for is where you're at now, which energies are influencing you now as I record this video at the end of June. All right. What's going on for Cancer here at the end of June, moving into, what are they bringing into or bringing with them into the month of July? All right. And the next cards that we're going to pull for you, Cancer, are going to be cards of what you are focusing on. Let's have a look at what you're focusing on for early to mid-July, July 1st through July 15th, approximate dates. Okay, nothing has flipped out yet, so let's go back through this deck. I was called strongly to this deck. Let's go through it one more time. Cancer's focus, early to mid-July 2023. This is very much unlike this deck. This deck usually likes to jump and speak, but I guess it's having a break. Oh, I think it's having a breakdown. Look at that mess. Yep, there they go. All right. So unless a card jumps out here with the last part of the deck. Oh, one card jumped out. Okay, so we do have one jumped card. We're going to set that one aside, and then we're going to pick up this mess that fell out. And we're going to go through this smaller portion of the deck now for you, Cancer, and see if there's anything else. Yeah, there we go. We've got one card that's just come out. And 2 more. Yeah, okay. There we go. So that worked out beautifully. We've got 3 cards for items that you are focusing on, energies you're focusing on. What are you trying to manifest, Cancer? All right, the next cards that we're going to pull for you are your cards of difficult influences. I am just going to look off to the side. I have a side table set up because my table in front of me is very, very small. So I needed space to spread out all of my decks. Difficult influences. Where are we going for difficult influences? Help me out. There we go. That was interesting the way they came out. Okay. Right, let's just stack these up here. Okay. Next card that we're going to pull. I used to call this card the card that just makes sense. And I had a couple people reach out to me and say, you know what, that really doesn't resonate. So we're now going to pull cards for messages that you need to hear at this time, Cancer. Essentially, it's the same thing. The energy and the intention is the same, but we're just calling it something else because that just resonates better for others. So that's okay. We have 2 cards that have come out for you, messages you need to hear at this time. Now we're going to have a look at what is unexpected for you. Unexpected. Unexpected influences for the Cancers in the group. Early to mid-July 2023. We've got 2 cards that have actually flipped out. Set those off to the side. And let's have a look at your final general overall outcome. These are the cards that are going to predict or project where you're going to be at in the energies that will be influencing you come mid-July, right in and around the 15th or so. Final general overall outcome. Oh, I'm getting called to pull a card from another deck as well. There's another deck over here, almost screaming at me. Pick me, pick me. All right. So we've got no cards that have flipped out and they all went back in the deck neatly. So let's go through one more time. There we go. Anything else? Is there anything else for the overall outcome for Cancer? Or am I pulling from the other deck? I think I'm going to be pulling from the other deck. Yeah, there's nothing else coming. Here, let's see. Yep. This is the other deck that was calling out very loudly. No, it's not going to flip a card for us. Let's try again. Gonna make a liar out of me, huh? Oh, third time's charm. There we go. 2. I knew you guys had it in you. Oh no, there's actually 3 because we've got 3 cards here. 2 of them were stuck together. All right. So where you are at now, Cancer, you have 2 cards here that are a little bit conflicting. They're almost in conflict with each other. You have the 2 of Winter. This is the equivalent to the 2 of Swords, and this is about the inability to make a decision, and that indecision is preventing you from being able to move forward in your life right now. It's indicating that you really have a big decision coming up that you need to make. But you're getting pulled in 2 different directions right now. And part of that is because, sorry, I have an eyelash in my eye. I know I shouldn't be doing that on camera, but it is what it is. I'm real. Okay. This 2 of Winter or 2 of Swords is indicating that you've got a difficult decision to make, and you're probably going to want to make this decision from that place of mental connection as opposed to intuition. There is nothing here in these 2 cards that came up that are indicating that you should be really tapping deeply into your intuition. Now, the majority of time when we work with tarot, we get an indication of how we should tap into our decision-making capabilities. And of course, we have our emotions, We have our mental faculties. We have making decisions from a place of needing to take action. And the suit of swords is about making decisions or doing anything mental, like a lot of thinking in the suit of swords. So this card really is indicating that there's indecision on your part. Being a two, there's a duality out there, and that you're having trouble making a decision. And yet on the other side of things, you have the sun. And the sun is all about everything coming to fruition. You pretty much getting anything that you want. It's about your ideas leading to rewards for you. Your ideas start out as thoughts and eventually become part of your reality. Everything that we have, as you know, if you're watching these videos, Cancer, you already are familiar with the concept that everything that we have on this planet began with a thought. So this Two of Winter or Two of Swords here is indicating that you're very caught up in making a mental decision, making a decision based on brain power and knowledge from up here. It's not coming from your heart. It's not coming from your emotions. It's not coming from your intuition. This is very much a linear type decision that you need to make. But the sun coming in right next to it is indicating, Cancer, that whichever decision you make, it will be the right decision. You've got good things coming towards you. So one of the ways, let me just say one more thing before I move on to the next cards. One of the ways in which we can ensure blessings upon a decision, when a two comes out in the tarot, it's about having to make a decision, not always an easy decision. And with the sun coming out, it is indicating that there's positive things coming towards you. But one of the things that we can accelerate our manifestations with is gratitude. So make your choice, make your decision, Cancer, and then sit with that decision in the sun, knowing that it is the right decision for you, and knowing that as you practice gratitude, you will manifest in a more immediate fashion. What am I talking about here? The opportunity to manifest. I'm talking about everything starts with a thought, and you can move into that. And what card do you get? The number one card, also known as the existence card from this particular deck. And this card is the equivalent to the Magician in the traditional tarot. Now, there's actually three cards here for you in what you are focusing on in order to be able to bring your manifestations into reality, Cancer. You have the Playfulness card. Playfulness card is the equivalent to the Knight of Wands. This is a card of good things are riding in towards you. The knight is bringing you good things upon his horse, but the suit of wands indicates that we need to be taking action. Remember what I said? Each of the suits has its own forte, for lack of a better way of putting it. So the Two of Winter or the swords, the suit of swords, is all about mental acuity. Cups is about emotions. Wands are about taking action. So what this card is asking you to do is, not only is it indicating that good things are coming towards you, but in order to continue to bring good things towards you, you need to be playful in what it is that you are trying to manifest right now. Just tapping in here. Okay, Cancer. What I'm picking up is that you are working towards manifesting a different way of being, a different way of living. You are coming to the close of a cycle of your life, or a phase of your life, and you're just feeling like it's time to move on from that. This may look like a retirement party. It may look like a job shift. It may look like changing the dynamics of your family, maybe deciding to add to your family. It could look like children who have recently graduated from school and are now looking for apartments. And I really sense that there's this huge change or shift that's happening in your life right now, Cancer. And so long as you continue to be playful about it, more good things are going to come to you. The Magician, or the Existence card, is reminding you that you have the capacity and the magic within you in order to create your new reality. If you're not happy with the direction that your life is going, given that I am sensing a huge change or a shift for you into a new phase of your life, if you're not happy with that direction, you have the power to change it. And this is being reinforced here by this card. And the other thing that you have here that is on the opposite end of the Existence card, or the Magician card, is the Eight of Cups, also known as the Eight of Water. This card is your card of letting go. Okay. This is the card of emotionally, you are holding on too tightly to something. So in the example I gave of, whoops, I just kicked my table, knocked everything sideways. In the example I gave of, perhaps you're just reaching that point in your life where your kids have just graduated from school and they're looking for their first apartment and they're going to move out, and you're going, oh my goodness, like, I'm going to be an empty nester. What do I do now? And you're not happy about those emotions. You're holding on too tightly to something. You're holding on to an attachment to the past. And when we do that, we prevent ourselves from moving into the magic and moving into the playfulness that the next phase of our life can bring, right? There's a lot of people out there who maybe don't want to travel, but in the example I gave, some parents hold on so tightly to their children. They don't want their children to move out because they're putting pressure on their children to be their entertainment for their retirement. I don't know why I'm saying this, Cancer, but I'm just picking that up. Maybe it's going to resonate with some of you. I don't think it's going to resonate with all of you, but I do think that it's going to hit a funny bone with some of you, and it's going to be damn uncomfortable. And I apologize, but part of doing psychic readings is not always about trying to make sunshine and rainbows out of absolutely everything. Okay. Part of doing a psychic reading is there are cards with a negative meaning in the deck, and there are cards with a positive meaning. And when you're holding on too tightly to something emotional, you may be putting undue pressure on others. And the reality is that the cards, these other two cards that came out as your focus, you should be focusing on the playfulness that you can now bring into the next phase of your life. Get excited about it. What do you want to manifest? You are pure existence. You are pure energy. And Cancer, you have the ability to manifest whatever you want. And I think that that's where this indecision is coming from, is that you're moving into the next phase of your life and you're going, oh my God, what do I do now? I hadn't thought this far ahead. And the sun coming in is saying, it doesn't matter that you haven't thought that far ahead. Get excited about it. Be playful. Bring in the Magician. Let's have a look at your difficult influences. Your difficult influences. The very first card in your difficult influences is the Mountain, and it's all about setting intentions. Okay. Normally, this card would be about setting intentions. It's in your difficult influences, indicating that you are struggling with setting intentions and you're making a mountain out of a molehill. You have air coming in. Okay. This is your reminder. This is in your difficult influences. So what it's telling me is that you feel like you're walking through mud. This is your reminder that you are part of air. You are existence. You are magical. You are part of the sun. You are all these things, Cancer. And I know this may sound airy-fairy when you're going through a difficult time trying to make a difficult decision, or you're going through some emotional crap and you don't know what to let go of and what to hold on to. I know this sounds airy-fairy, but when you get past this, when you push past this, and I do want to say it's probably going to be early August by the time you push past this and really embrace this Magician and this Existence card. all of this is going to make sense. So the air card in your difficult influences is reminding you that air flows. So flow. Okay. You have the rice card. This represents nourishment in your difficult influences. Are you looking after yourself at this time? Are you caring for yourself, doing self-care? Cancer. This card is indicating that you need to look after yourself in order to be able to make these decisions. If you're not healthy, who's going to look after your family? So as much as you want to look after your family, care for them, be there for them, and so on, that also involves caring for and nourishing yourself. Messages that you need to hear at this time. Set your intentions. Oh my goodness. Cancer. What was I saying? Right from the start, you have this Two of Winter here. You have to make a decision. You have to set your intentions. When you do, you can be playful about it, and then you can move into this Magician. So, message you need to hear right now, set your intentions. Other message that you need to hear right now, and this one is beautiful right next to the first one, is forgive yourself. Okay. Sometimes when we have a tough decision to make and we're holding on to emotions that are no longer serving us or our family members or our friends, we come down hard on ourselves, which makes us hold on that much more tightly to the emotions and the emotional side of things, right? So forgive yourself. Practice forgiveness. Okay. You're doing the best that you can. We all are. So practice self-forgiveness and set your intentions. Get really clear on your intentions. Let's have a look at what is unexpected for you. Okay, unexpected for you. You have more wands coming in. Excuse me. More wands. You have the Four of Wands. Now, here's an interesting thing. So the playfulness card, like I said, is the Knight of Wands. And now you have two more Wands cards coming in. The Four of Swords, Four of Pentacles, are not necessarily the most positive cards as far as fours go. The Four of Wands, however, is a really positive card for you, Cancer. And it's a card of that your efforts to make changes in your life, whether that be a change of career, whether that be changing the dynamics of your family, whether that be just letting go of past hurts so that you can move forward, thus changing the dynamic and the interaction between you and another member of your family or, you know, a partner. All of that is coming into fruition right now with this Four of Wands. You'll notice here on the Four of Wands, I can't get this to come into focus because it's a reflective card. On this Four of Wands, you have, there we go. No, it's still not in focus. Okay. You have four wands here, and they are surrounding what appears to be a newlywed couple out in front of the steps of a castle. This may not represent necessarily the lovers type card or type dynamic, but it does represent the coming together of two people so that they are able to move forward in a new partnership with each other, changing the dynamics of a partnership. So for example, take a couple that's been together for a long time and they know that they're meant to still continue to be together, but things have become really stagnant in their energy and in their relationship. So one of the things that these cards are indicating is that you need to change the dynamic of that relationship, put some spice in it. And I'm not just talking about putting spice into your life in the bedroom. I'm talking about throwing spice into your life by creating a date night once a month or once a week or whatever your budget will tolerate. I'm talking about changing the dynamic by not going back. I mean, I have friends who have been married for 30 years, and for 30 years, they go back to the same location for the same vacation every single year. And they are pretty much at their wits' end, and yet they still love each other deeply, but they're also holding resentments, feeling like the other person is holding them back because they want to travel to different locations and they're not sure that their partner wants to do it. These are the types of dynamics that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Cancer. Cancer, I am not talking about breakups here. And I'm not talking about weddings here. I'm talking about changes and shifts in the reality of our lives, changes and shifts moving from being a full-time mom to being an empty nester, changes and shifts wherein we spice up our life with our partner by creating a date night, wherein 1 month, the one party to the partnership says, let's go axe throwing, and the other one's going, oh my God, I don't want to go axe throwing. But there's an agreement there that you're going to humor each other. And the other one, the next month for date night, says, let's go out on a wine and chocolate tasting. And the guy's going, I drink beer. Why do I want to go on a wine and chocolate tasting? But he humors her and goes anyway. They are playful together. And this is what essentially saves their marriage. Do you see what I'm saying here, Cancer? And I'm not saying that your marriage is in trouble or anything else. I'm just using these as examples to help you understand the energies behind these cards, that there's a huge change and shift that's happening in your relationships right now. The other card that you have here in your unexpected, so this unexpected card, this Four of Wands, is a very positive card. It's indicating a positive change and shift in a relationship coming up for you here early to mid-July. You also have the Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands is a card of action again, and it's a card of putting in the hard work for the purposes of achieving the outcome that you want, the desired outcome. Now, here's the thing. You have a card here indicating you need to make a decision from the place of mind. You have a card here indicating that you are the magician and you can create your own reality. And remember what I said, our reality all starts with thoughts. And then you have this Queen of Wands here saying, okay, you've set your intentions. Oh yeah, right. You did have a card that said set your intentions, right? Set your intentions with this magician and this existence card. Set your intentions with the message that you need to hear. But then you have to get to work. And you have to actually do the work. You have to actually go out and speak to the people that you want to create new boundaries with. You have to speak to the people that you want to be more playful with, Cancer. You can't just sit back and go, oh, I'm creating a new reality because I got the magician card. Oh, I'm creating a new reality from this place of, thinking about it. Nope. This queen says, no way. You got to do the work. Let's have a look at your final overall outcome. Okay, your final overall outcome. You have the ego card. This may be where a lot of your indecision is coming from, Cancer. The ego card is the equivalent to the devil card in the traditional tarot. And this is a card of you feeling like you're trapped. Okay, it's an illusion. What causes us to feel like we're trapped? We get trapped in our own minds. We really do. So you're not trapped. You are the magician. Keep that in mind. You have Archangel Haniel coming in. Archangel Haniel is reminding you joy, right? Joy, playfulness, blessings. Bring that into everything that you do. You have why did I bring up couples who go to the same location for their vacation every year and they eventually get bored and get frustrated with each other? I have no idea. But this card, travel, change in location, journeying. This is about journeying. Look at the picture. It's about travel, journey. There's an airplane, hot air balloons. Here's the whole world. Cancer. I think that some of what the decision you have to make is to get out of a rut that you've been in, be playful, create what you want and where you want to go. Imagine it, dream it, set your intentions, and then get to work on it, because it's going to change the dynamic of a very important relationship to you. Journey. This is indicating there's a good possibility there's going to be some travel for you in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Set your intentions. And the final card in your reading, Cancer, is devoted spirits with specific intentions. Ascended masters are coming in to help you. What do the ascended masters do? They're helping you to set your intentions. Okay. They are coming in by the middle of July. Some ascended masters are going to be coming in. You need to be paying attention for when these masters come in order to give you the clarity that you need for this journeying and the clarity that you need to be manifesting. But yeah, overall, just a fantastic reading for you here. Ascended masters. I love that. And I love that I had mentioned traveling, and then you ended up with the journey card. Beautiful. Okay, so Cancer, thank you so much for joining me here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If this video resonated with you, kindly consider giving the video a like and subscribing to my channel. It helps an awful lot. And if this did resonate deeply with you, please consider booking a private consultation with me. All of the contact details are down below. Take care, and we'll see you in the middle of July for your next reading.